All right, you're good.
You ready to go?
Ready to go.
Okay, gentlemen, my name is Fred Richardson. Guys, your age, most of them call me Mr. Fred. In church, people call me Mr. Fred. When I used to teach wrestling, call me Mr. Fred. I've traveled all over the country. I've wrestled in Europe. I've officiated high school and collegiate wrestling all over the country. And as you can see, there are a few of my awards, and I'll explain them to you. But first I want to tell you where I came from. Look at me. You see what I see here? You heard what I just told you. How many years do you guys think I was in college? How many? 4? How many of you guys think I have a master's degree or a doctorate degree? Okay? That's pretty good. I sound like it, don't I? How many guys would you believe that I only graduated from high school? How many guys believe I only went to 12th grade in high school? And no more. I've been in and out of schools officiating. I never attended one single class in college. Not one. How many guys you think that I came up with a large family? I did. 5 brothers, that make 6 boys, and 3 girls. My dad had to work to feed us, and he didn't have a big job. His job was what you call a lot boy on a car dealer on Lancaster Avenue. And what the lot boy did, he did all the errands, all the dirty work, cleaned the cars, you wash the cars for customers and whatever, and for the showroom and whatever. Friday and Saturday nights, we, meaning my brothers and my dad, would have to walk from the middle of Reading all the way out to Lancaster Avenue, 900 block of Lancaster Avenue, and clean the showrooms. I mean, mop the floors, you know, those big showroom floors where all those cars are. They moved those cars and we had to mop that. And we had to go upstairs, and I didn't know it at that time. Upstairs is where all the offices are. And we had to clean them every week for years. How many of you guys have a toilet in your house? Is the toilet inside or outside? How many guys believe that until I got to 7th grade, my toilet was out in the yard? Believe that? Out in the yard. When I went to 7th grade, that's the first time we had an inside toilet. Inside, hot and cold running water. Weather like this, like we had a couple weeks ago, every day. We used to have to take a big bucket, which we, a big tub, and we used to take baths in. We had to clean it out, put it on a wagon or a sled, and take it up to the corner gas station and fill it up with water. And that was our water. In the cold weather, ice and snow, we had to do that. Look at me. I'm still here. I'm making it. Do you think I wanted to do that? No. Didn't have a choice. Didn't have a choice. You guys have problems. Everybody has problems. Look at me. My mother helped me. How did she help me? She helped me by doing just what I'm doing now. Look at fellas, every one of you guys. I'm 69 years old. And every one of you guys are taller than I am. So that was a big problem for me, right? But I was tough. I was tough. I hung with the big boys, played with the big boys, and I stood up to the big boys. Now, I was never in jail, never had handcuffs on, never been in court, never been in trouble. Why? Because I would not let myself get that way. An adult, if he talked to me, yes sir, did what he told me to do until I was able to do what I wanted to do. I learned that if you do what your parents tell you to do, or if you do what adults, your teachers, whatever they tell you to do, you're going to be able to go forward. And I'll show you in a couple minutes exactly what I'm talking about. I'm living I've lived this, fellas. Believe me, I've lived this. You'll go to different places, everybody's bigger than you, you can't see. But if you're nice, excuse me, sir, can I? A lot of guys, look, he can see. So he had no problem with me stepping in front of him. But I wasn't going to just do it because I could, right? I'd asked him. And most of them said no, they don't mind. They can see. A lot of them, they look over my shoulder. So I had it made that way. I learned that. So I took advantage of it. So now when you go into a place and you have a big crowd of people and you're the shortest one there, excuse me, can I step? Excuse me, next thing you know, I'm right up front. I had the best seat in the house. But if you get out of the way, you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. Because he's bigger than me. I'm going to try to step in front of him and bogart him. It's not going to work. So, use a little tact. Be polite. What my mother told me. Open your eyes. Close your mouth. Open your ears. And you will go places. I told you earlier, I was in Europe, in Germany. I wrestled on the All-Army Wrestling Team and wrestled on the German Championship Wrestling Team. I was in the military. I went in the Army. That's my Army discharge papers. Proud. Take that anywhere in the country and you'll be recognized. It has my name on it. Frederick Eugene Richardson. I was a sergeant when I got out of the Army. Let me tell you that. When I was in the Army in Europe, I was, well, pretty much like the regular guys. I was hanging around with different guys, you know. In the Army, it's like a job. You got work to do. You clean up this, you do this, you do the dirty work. And, you know, naturally, well, I didn't like it, but I didn't have a choice. And you'd be mumbling and grumbling, and inside of a year, you had no stripes. The more stripes you get, the more money you get. The more stripes you get, the less work you have to do. The more stripes you get, the more you get to tell somebody else to do that dirty work. And it took Sergeant Scott to wake me up, to remind me what my mother told me. He said, Richardson, what's the matter with you? He said, don't you know that if you keep your mouth shut, the sergeant tells you to pick up the cigarette butts. No, you don't smoke, you know, you don't throw it down there, but you got to pick it up. Why? Because he told you to. Normally, most of your superiors will be polite. They're not going to beg you because they know it's your job, but they'll just say, hey, Richardson, let's clean this up. I need you to clean this up. That's my job. Guess what? I paid attention to what Sergeant Scott told me. I listened. And you know, in 6 months, that's right, I had a couple extra dollars. In another 6 months, I had 2 stripes. Now I want to tell you what that meant besides money. My name is Richardson. We got paid by alphabetical order. When it come payday, you had to line up, okay? In alphabetical order. Where did I come in at? Near the end, because my name was Richardson. But when I got my second stripe, that brought me from the end to the front, because they go by rank. You understand? So I had my money and gone before the P's. Guy with P, he's standing there waiting for his money, and I was gone. Okay, I had mine in my pocket, gone. That's an advantage. The other thing, everybody sits around and says, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. Yes, you can. Remember, I told you, I never went to college. The reason why I didn't go to college, first of all, because my dad did not have any money. And I knew it, we knew it. My dad's philosophy was very simple. When you wake up, your feet hit the floor, you say, thank you, Jesus, and you get up, it's time to go to work. That was our philosophy. You don't believe it. I told you my toilet was on the outside. We had a big old stove, pot belly stove. You get some older people, they'll tell you about that. I lived that. We used to have to go down, you guys know where Penske is down in the city? Well, that used to be a junkyard. And that used to be a lot of trees and railroad tracks and whatever. Well, down there's a lot of dead wood. You see all that dead wood? That's the wood that we had to go collect, my brothers and I. In the cold, warm, didn't matter, because we had to go get that wood and make a fire for my mother to cook with. I lived that. You don't do any of that, guys. You guys push the thermostat up now, okay? We didn't have oil until I was in 9th grade. That's when we got oil. You think it was embarrassing? Yes, it was. But look at me. I'm here. I'm healthy. It didn't hurt me. I didn't like it. You know, when my friend saw us going up the street with a wagon load of wood. But that's how we lived. That's how we ate. And I ate well. Yeah.
He still eats well.
Yes. Working on. I learned my trade by collecting soda bottles. Now it's not too much. You see the guys collecting cans? You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how much money they can make. Now that's not easy work. Dragging a can, a bag through whatever. But a lot of those people are hours and hours, especially at night, collecting cans. And then they take them to wherever they take them to turn them in, and they get a few dollars for them. But that money adds up, and that's what I did. I collected soda bottles, I collected big bleach ox bottles, I collected beer bottles, okay? I used to run errands for the mechanics in different places, especially Yellow Cab Company. I would run errands, go to the store for them, get their coffee, bring their coffee back, and they give you maybe 10-cent or 25-cent tip, okay? Now back then, 25 cents was was about like $1 is today. But still, that's what we got. We got them, and it worked. I always had a couple pennies in my pocket. My dad couldn't give me any money. He didn't have it. He had 9 kids to feed. Peanut butter and jelly. Pork and beans and hot dogs. That's what we ate for lunch. You understand what I'm telling you? So I said to myself, one of these days, I'm not going to have to do this. If I do eat hot dogs and baked beans, it's because I want to. I love them, but it's because I want to. Back then, it's because I had to. Okay? Now, Yellow Cab Company, well, I'm sitting around waiting for the guys wanting me to go to the store or whatever. Now the mechanic has a car there that he's working on. You know what I did? If he got on a rollerbed and got underneath that car, I got on the rollerbed and got underneath the car. I couldn't do anything, you know, I was too young, and their insurance wouldn't let me. But what was I doing? Observing and learning. What is my trade today? Automotive electric, working on cars. And that's how I learned my trade. That's how I learned my living.
How long has you shopped in there, Fred?
45 years.
45 years. You know how many businesses start and go out of business? 45 years on Woodward Street.
45 years right there in that spot. Man, sir?
Still running?
Yes, sir. Where do you think I came from? I came from work. I go to work every day. And I go to work because I love it. Because I want to. I got a couple dollars in my pocket. I'm not rich. I can't have the world in that fencing. I don't have a Mercedes and all these big fancy houses and cars. You don't have that. You don't need it. You don't need it to survive. All you need is to have your head held high, look a person in the eye. When I look at Mr. Murphy, I don't have to look down. I'm already down. I don't have to look down. Look up. Look up. Don't be afraid. And you'd be surprised, fellas, how many people will respect you because you're looking right at them. I look at you guys here, I can look right in your face. That's great. You're not looking down and, you know, also, by looking up, it makes you feel better. I am somebody. You can be. You are somebody. But you have to cultivate it. I can't do that for you. Mr. Murphy can't do that for you. She can't do that for you. You have to. Fellas, nothing in this world is going to come easy. Nothing is going to come easy. But don't you ever let anybody tell you you can't get it. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You know what? I can pick up my phone and take my phone out of my pocket. I can dial a number and, well, it's late now. Tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, I can dial a number and within 2 hours, I'd have $10,000. I got to pay it back, but I can get it. And remember, I told you my dad didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. My very first job, a legitimate job that I had, I made more money than my dad did on any job that he had. My paycheck was higher than any of his paychecks. You understand what I'm telling you? You can do this. Attitude. You gotta feel good about yourself. Don't think you can't do it. Yes, you can. I did it. Hey, I'm one of the shortest black people in Reading, in the country, really. But I'm one of the most respected little black men in Reading. I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud. Fellas, this doesn't even touch. Anytime you get a chance, Mr. Murphy, you get a chance, you can come to my house and I'll show you my trophies. I'll show you my awards, the whole wall. The whole wall. This must be about 100 awards of all kinds. And you can see, this was in the newspaper. That was in the newspaper all over the Berks County and the eastern side of Pennsylvania. Okay? This is Man of the Year Award. You tell me you wouldn't be proud to have that title. You wouldn't be proud to be able to show that to somebody. Hey, that's me. That belongs to me. I'm not bragging. You don't have to brag. You go around talking about how good you are and what you can do. I didn't tell you how good I was. I never said that. I didn't tell you I can achieve the world and all. I didn't say that. I did say I earned that. I earned every one of them. And when you earn something, you're proud of it. When you earn something, it's yours. You know, nobody can take that from me. I didn't steal it. Huh? It has everything. Every one of them has my name on it. You see? The brown parts. This one. This is from the National Wrestling Hall of Fame, Stillwater, Oklahoma. This is where the highest in the high school and college that you can go. And that's me. There are a lot of guys in the Hall of Fame, but there are not a lot of guys at this level. So that's something I'm proud about. That's something I'm proud about. Now, you know, everybody doesn't get there, but you can. And again, how I did. When I learned my trade, I went in the Army. I tried to get a little bit of mechanics in the Army, and I got nothing. They wouldn't let me do it. I had to teach artillery. Well, what was I supposed to do? Say, no, I ain't going to teach artillery. I'll just mope around and do nothing. No. I learned. And guess what? By me working and by them liking me, the German mayor talked to my commander. And my commanders allowed me to travel through Europe with the wrestling team. That's what got me. I traveled all through Europe. Didn't cost me a nickel. Nothing. So fellas, I want you to keep this in mind. This is so important, and it's really not difficult. Nothing's easy, remember. It all depends on you, and you. And I'll tell you, everything you do, you're going to need help. I still need help. You know what you do when you need help? Ask. Exactly. And also depends on how you ask. You know, if I say, hey, I want you to do this for me now, you're going to get an attitude, right? Would you please help me? Would you please come over and help me? How do you feel? Is there a difference? Absolutely. Both of you are going to feel good. Your leaders say, look, we have a job we have to do. This must be done. Okay? You know you have to do it. And the other thing that you got to keep in mind, especially in the situation that you're in, either way, you're going to do it. Am I right? Either way, you're going to do it. Are you going to be happy? That depends on you. I'll give you another little thing that my mother taught me. You know, being short, everybody always had jokes about the short guy. You know, look at Shorty there. You know, so short he falls over the curb. All kind of different things like that. She taught me to laugh along with it. And because I laughed along with it, what happens, the funniness is gone. So they stopped making jokes about me and started making jokes about somebody else. The other thing that happened was they started liking me. You understand what I'm saying? When somebody likes you, what do? They try to help you. Okay? If I know you're hard, you're going to get the worst jobs all the time. You're not going to get a break. But if I know that I can come and ask you to do this, and you're going to respond positively, you're going to respond and say, yeah, okay, I'll take care of it, and you do it, hey, next time there's a tough job, I'm going to go pick somebody else. You get a break. And the good thing that fellas to think about it, 90% of the time they don't tell you, but you can see it because you didn't get picked. You understand what I'm telling you? Gentlemen, keep in mind, number one, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Be positive. I know I can do it. I can't do it right now. I'm going to find out how to do it. You got libraries? You know, I wish, excuse me, internet. If I had a German person in here, I'd show you something special. Look at me. You ever seen any black Germans? Well, you got one here. Because I taught myself in Europe, I taught myself how to read and write and speak German. Mein Name is Frederick Richardson. Mein Haus is in Berks County, Pennsylvania. Ich bin 69 Jahre. That means I'm 69 years old. My name is Frederick Richardson. I live in my house is in Berks County, Pennsylvania. I can read and speak German. I was out of Germany 45 years ago. Okay? I'm here. So I did this myself, and I never went to college. Never. Okay? Don't think you can. Does anybody have any questions or anything you want to ask me? Anything you want to know? It's okay. Don't think you're getting too personal. I'll let you know. I'm not ashamed. Afraid. Just go ahead. How did I do anything? Right?
Did you run into people trying to bring you down negative?
Absolutely. For sure. That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you. Don't let anybody tell you you can't. You can't achieve this. If you want to be a doctor, you can be a doctor. It's hard. It's not easy. My daughter's a dentist in Taneytown, Maryland. She did not go to college. She went into the Army. She went in the Army and learned dentistry. When she came home, they did not accept it. She had to go to Kutztown University for 4 years and get a bachelor's degree. And then she had to go to Howard University, 4 years, to get her dentist degree. And guess what? Almost everything she did in that dental school in Howard, she had already done in the military. But the law would not allow them to give her a license unless she went to college and to the dental school. 8 years.
But
A lot of money.
But she accepted that adversity and conquered it.
That's
the thing.
my point.
That's the thing that he's telling you. Adversity is always going to be there, but you got to accept it and provide a different way of handling the situation. Positive choices.
Well, the positive with her doing the military too was they paid for her school.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
that was
Exactly. See, they paid a lot of them. Absolutely. The other thing, guys, the question that he asked is so big. Can anybody try to pull you down? Can anybody try to get nasty with you? Absolutely. Very easy. Number one, I went into a Berkmeyer trucking. I'll never forget this as long as I live. I walked into Berkmeyer trucking, and there was a guy working on a truck. And I walked up to him and said, "Excuse me." And he looked up and he says, "What do you want?" So that ain't no way to talk to me. You see what I'm talking about? I already got an attitude against him. I said, "I'd like to speak to the boss. Is the boss around?" So what do you want with him? But this is true. Along your question. He said, "What do you want with him?" That was none of his business. And I looked past the truck down, there was a man standing in the middle of the garage at a podium light. And I walked down to him and I said, "Excuse me, sir." He said, "Yes, can I help you?" I said, "Yes, my name is Fred Richardson and I work in Starters Generous and I'd like to know if you have any work for me." He said, "Well, you have to go in the office and see Mr. Bob Plutt." Okay, Mr. Plutt was the boss. That was the guy I had to go see. I was in that office for an hour. Bergmar Trucking had 775 trucks that they ran the whole eastern part of the country. And guess what? When I left there, I had 2 generators. And in 3 days, I had those 2 generators fixed and taken back to them. And you know, for 7.5 years, I did 75% of Bergmar Trucking's work. Only because I didn't cuss that guy out. I didn't get nasty with him. I let him go. He was a redneck. He was nasty. And I know he didn't like me and like us. Okay? But I did not let him stop me. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I didn't let him stop me, and he wouldn't have stopped me, and he wouldn't have stopped me, okay? And if that boss had said to me, "Nope, don't have any work for you," I'd have gone somewhere else. You see what I'm saying? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Don't let anybody tell you you can't. You can. Okay? You can. Any other questions? Anything you can think of? Gentlemen, if you want to move forward, appearance means a lot. People judge you. How you look. Is that fair?
Can I say something? This is true. Your appearance matters a lot. You never get